Now, before we go to the Federal High Court, let's go to the Oyo State High Court in Ibadan that has upheld the validity of the 2025 People's Democratic Party convention held November 15 and 16 in the state capital. Justice Ladiran Akintola delivered the ruling on Friday while determining an application for joinder. The court dismissed motions seeking for a stay of proceedings filed by Nwachukwu and others and granted the 13 reliefs sought by the claimant, Folahan Malomo Adelabi. The judgment affirms the Dr. Taminu Turaki-led National Working Committee elected at the convention. Now, to join me to talk about this and to also understand what this means and the way forward, I have Jungudo Mohammed, the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, joins me to discuss this further. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Very good to have you. Now, I have to say congratulations first on the ruling. Congratulations are in order.
No. For what?
All right, so what does this mean now? What happens now? Because it seems this is very much far from over.
Well, there is nothing new as far as we are concerned with this development coming out from Oyo. It is something that is expected. Recall that when Justice Lifu and Justice Omotosho restrained and ordered PDP not to proceed with that convention, the Damagun and his co-travelers went for forum shopping in the Oyo State High Court, where they got an interim order to proceed with that convention. But, INEC, as a federal government agency, challenged the jurisdiction of that suit before the court. And eventually, the court agreed and struck out the name of INEC, as against striking out the entire suit. So for us, we only see this suit and the outcome of that suit as mere academic exercise. Because INEC, as the regulatory body over all political parties who were earlier joined in the suit, were later removed from that suit. The implication is that whatever judgment, whatever orders that comes out from that judgment is not, cannot, and can never be binding on INEC. And INEC had since the outcome of Justice Omotosho and Lifu's judgment and the subsequent Federal High Court Ibadan judgment, INEC had complied. First, they refused to honor, monitor, and recognize anything from that convention. And then, coming out from the Federal High Court Ibadan, which the Kabiru Tanimu group went for forum shopping again, having realized that the one at the Oyo State High Court has become mere academic exercise, they moved to Federal High Court Ibadan to seek an order of mandamus that will compel INEC to recognize that convention. So the court, having realized all the facts placed before her, dismissed their request and instead mandated INEC to recognize the National Caretaker Committee of the PDP and further restrain Kabiru Tanimu Turaki from parading themselves as national officers of the party. So the implication of all this judgment that came out from Oyo State High Court is that INEC will never look at that judgment. INEC will never give 1 second. If they like, let them pack such kind of judgment, full trailer load of Dangote, and park in front of INEC. INEC will never look at that.
And you're saying this because of the federal judgment you already have? I mean, there's a Federal High Court judgment. Federal Court judgment.
That Federal High Court judgment was in our favor.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying it because of that. But there are other 8 other appeals in the Court of Appeal.
Well, until the
from both sides,
it was 9 appeals. Until that appeal is determined, the subsisting and binding order on INEC is to recognize the Abdraman and Anyawu-led leadership as the authentic leadership of the PDP, and they have since complied with that order. So there is no cause, nothing to worry about.
So this is judgment. To say that the convention that is coming up in March is going on?
No, very, very sure. We've reached advanced stage. It's sacrosanct, 29/30th. This judgment is not going to affect anything. It is academic. It is not changing any status quo. It is of no effect. It is of no moment. it is as good as what when you go for a program and they say there's an after party. This is just an after party. This is just a wish of a dying man.
But if I understand what you're saying, but if you do, like you already mentioned, 9 appeals in the Court of Appeal, that we do not know when that is going to be looked at, if it's going to be before the convention. Isn't that going to affect the point?
Well, it is not for me.
Because we do not know which side is going to...
No, the judgment that INEC is recognizing is that which came out from Justice Uche's court, Federal High Court, Ibadan. And until they have a contrary judgment, they will comply with that. And I can tell you that if it is based on facts that we know, we do not see how the Court of Appeal will depart from the decisions of the lower court. Recall that this judge, the Ibadan judge, sat on 2 appeals, giving judgment against judgments that were earlier delivered by courts of coordinate jurisdiction. He ought to have declined jurisdiction, knowing fully that these judgments, there are judgments that emanated from courts, Federal High Courts, earlier before the suit was brought before him. And at this point, it becomes necessary that the NJC take serious action and sanction this Justice Akintola. You cannot sit on 2 appeals. You cannot, as a judge.
Now, let's ask, with this ongoing factional battles and 2027 general elections very, very near, right? Now, will Nigerians see a PDP that is ready for the general elections?
The truth of the matter is there is nothing called faction. When you say that there are aggrieved people, it is okay. It is normal to have aggrieved persons even within your own family. But faction, it is only INEC and the court that can decide if there is a faction or not. And they have all decided there is no faction.
So is the PDP ready? Would Nigerians see a PDP that is ready?
Very well.
Given what is happening?
By next week, we will conduct our congresses in the states where the court has ordered the PDP to carry out congresses before proceeding with a convention. We will comply with that section of that order, and then 29th, 30th, you too shall be there in Abuja to witness our national convention in preparation to field in credible candidates across all political offices, across all elective offices in the country, including that of the president.
I guess that remains to be seen. We'll see how that goes. Thank you so much. I've been speaking to Jungudo Mohammed, the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP. Thank you for taking out the time. And like I said, I guess we shall see how that goes.
Thank you very much.